When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Wolverines' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Penn State's offense will get the first crack at it here. And they were in the market for a guy to make an impact on the ground, and they found him in this transfer, guys.
This was an offense that needs explosive play, so bring this dude in at the running back position and let him go. I can't wait to see what he's able to do today.
See if he can earn the respect of his teammates. You know, you've done this and you have experience elsewhere. Now you get to do it for your squad, for your new team, all the hype. Let's see what he's got.
Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
And those body blows really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the left. There he goes. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Wants to go up top. Safe completion on the screen. They've got him now. He almost picked up that first down on the screen.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon, and you're seeing that here early.
They'll try to run for it. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
You know, when you're running counter, those offensive linemen crashing down, they've got to be able to pin those interior D linemen. They couldn't get it done there. They gave up too much penetration, and that led to the tackle for loss.
They booted away on 4th down. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. So Michigan's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And Jesse, if there is an old war horse, a real war daddy in the training facility, here he is, back to run the show again.
That's a great point. There is no substitute for experience. There is a lot of expectation for this football team and for this offense because of that guy and because of all the big stages and all the big moments he's already played through in his career. A lot of people are really excited, David, because he has seen a lot of ball.
All the ball, all the defenses, has rid the emotion of being really high and really low, and so those experience, those scars, they matter. They trust in him, and everybody on this offense is looking to him.
Across the 45. Oh, he's got some space. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
The short hands, it's Montgomery. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. They reached a national championship game last year, couldn't quite get the job done. What challenges do you see them running into this year beyond the schedule?
And that motivated them all offseason to be runner-ups, to watch somebody else celebrate and hold the trophy. You were so close, Jesse. New additions, new faces, but this squad is hungry.
That's the key. This coaching staff really took a deep dive into their roster, and they isolated the positions that they felt they needed to get better at, and they addressed that with high school recruiting and the portal. I'm expecting big things from them this year.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Gives it on the option. Breaks into the open. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
The Nittany Lions trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Oh, it's picked off. Trying to take it back. He's at the 30. The tag. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes with the return. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick six. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff him. On the very first play of the next drive, let him throw the football to try to reestablish a rhythm and reestablish some confidence. Obviously, that one falls incomplete, but they need to get this guy back into a rhythm. The only way you do that is by throwing the ball.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical. Get off the ball, get downhill.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. And the Nittany Lions will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. He's going for a big play downfield. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got his man quickly. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The give out of the gun. They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision, nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. Couldn't do it on that last play.
Here comes the noise from this big crowd in Happy Valley on third down. Caught near the sticks. It's Montgomery. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game.
Touchdown, Michigan! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
The returner will field it and bring it back. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They're dealing with a second and long. He'll keep it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, I love that play by this corner. You know why? When you run the option and that thing gets spread out, your DBs have to commit to tackling. And how about the cornerback coming up, sticking his face in the fan, and making a play? You love to see DBs tackle like that.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
So here comes the Michigan offense. They could not have drawn up a better start than this, already up 21-0. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Slings it downfield. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover, you get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense nap.
Going for it all. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone.
Really nice job by the defender knocking that one away in man coverage. And he knew coming into this one that he was going to get attacked and they were going to throw his way. So he's showing you right now. He is dialed in, locked in. Really nice job on that cover.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Out of the gun, the give to the back. They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the 1st. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Montgomery. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Back has it. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they take it in for 6 more points.
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
And he takes this from inside the 5, and the returner will be knocked down. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Nittany Lions will call on their punt team. They'll look to pin them deep. Here's the return. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Fires to the tight end. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys have decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Hicks. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29.
That's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Here's the pressure. Did as he throws. Got his man to the left. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to UMass. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
He'll do it himself. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
Got his man. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now second down. Leaves it with the back. Running to Green. Turning it on. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. The Nittany Lions had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. From the gun, the ground game. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He'll pull it on the read. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Wants to fire on second down. Trying to find the end zone. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
The line of scrimmage, the 2, and these final 2 yards might be the toughest here on 3rd down. He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, I got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
4th down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. He wants to throw it. He wants it all. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
You got to wonder if that's going to be the play that changes the momentum in this game for the offense. It had been tough. They were up against it here early in the game, but the quarterback now starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. Really nice touch and throw on that touchdown. And here we go. This might be the play that gives them their confidence.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This quarterback has been locked in. He's guided this offense with precision, and most of all, he has taken care of the football. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. And the Wolverines can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. It's complete to the left. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Quickly out to the tight end. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Right down the middle. Finds a tight end. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
This offense has become a 1st down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the 4th quarter, they are going to be gassed.
To the air on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. He is dealing on this drive, completed all 5 throws, and now they have 1st and goal.
Yeah, and who needs balance when you got a guy like this? You trust him, getting the ball back in the pocket. The ball's coming out, spreading it around the field. Nice decision-making. This drive has been surgical for this QB.
Snap to the back. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the 2nd half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the 1st half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Now on second down. Motion from the wide receiver. Leaves it with the running back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Working on the right. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Man, another negative play for this offense. You've had the turnovers. You're throwing in the sacks. Like, they've got to do something better. They got to protect their quarterback, and they got to take care of the football. There's step 1 and 2.
To the air on second down. Finds his big tight end. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Unloads it left. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Nittany Lions will punt this one away. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Wants to go up top on first down. Tight end getting vertical. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Pressure coming. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Got some room to run. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Happy Valley.
The Nittany Lions will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
And how about it? It's not just the arm. We've seen that today where he's picked them apart, put up some yardage, put on some touchdowns. Also showing you he can do it with his puppies. Taking off, running, getting the first down. Nice scramble. He's shown you a little bit of everything today.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to...
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
He wants to take the top off. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Wolverines will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Makes the catch at the 35. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Off the play fake on first down. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
The Nittany Lions have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. They'll run play action. Finds his tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down. A better situation. Because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Back to pass. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
All right, you dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
Fires to the middle. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Nittany Lions send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Michigan offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what...
Makes the grab on the big throw. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Well, they execute the in route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Running back searching for a hole. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a 1st down.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs...
Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
You spread me out, I'm going to speed you up. Nice job. They go empty. Nobody in the backfield to help the quarterback block. A linebacker comes right at the gut, gets to the quarterback, gets him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Makes the catch down the right side. Touchdown, Michigan. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
And added. And this offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Nebraska is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Tom Osborne, this has not been a blowout today in Lincoln. They are up by just 1 over Cincinnati. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The give on the option. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield. And he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. They're working that left side. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Offenses are doing such a great job now with putting so many wide receivers on the field that they get good matchups and they just attack you to make big plays.
Nice play call, QB sneak, yet another first down. And this offense, they've been on the field for some time now. They're helping their defense out, giving them some wins so that when they get back on the field, they'll be ready to play with their hair on fire.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Now the play fake. Fires to the middle. The short hands, it's Webb. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every...
Fires toward the end zone. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on those body blows so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed that.
There he goes. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just out of a little steam. The defense finally got him.
Yeah, it was explosive, but shoot, Reese could have run through that hole. I mean, it was wide open. He didn't have to break anybody's ankles. He didn't have to run through tackles. I mean, just great blocking up front and horrible, horrible defense.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Hicks. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Unleashes one deep. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. I mean, he's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force feed him in that situation when he's got 2 guys on him.
And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Good, wide open, big play opportunity. Hits him right between the numbers. You got to make that play. Those are one of those where I tap my helmet like, dude, that was me. That was on me. My bad. Give me another opportunity later on.
And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He'll run it again. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Nittany Lions will send out the punt unit. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Makes the grab close to the logo. And the returner is stopped. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. And this senior really has command of the entire attack right now. The aerial attack has been precise. They put up big numbers. They put points on the board. It has just been superb. Throws to the tight end. Snagged in the middle. It's Castillo. 5. Down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. New set of downs after the completion. The give on the inside. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
And this is the part of the game where you could really see this guy take over, right? Like, you've got the lead, the big running back. He's physical in the fourth quarter, starting to get a little bit tired. Let's see if he can keep this going.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Castillo.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
And the Wolverines trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Quick toss. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Recovered by the defense, and he's off. The 50. He's at the 40. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. You've heard of scoop and score. He wasn't able to do that, but he did scoop and flip the field with that big return.
There are two types of fumbles in the world, Reese. There are city fumbles and country fumbles. City fumbles have a lot of bodies around them, so you just want to dive on that fumble. Country fumbles, there's a lot of open grass. That defender saw the green, he picked up the ball, had the convoy, and off he went.
Just keeps picking up the tough yards and gets it down to the 26.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time, it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And his slips just inside that right upright. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. He'll bring it back looking for help. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. The quarterback takes a knee. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.